All right, ready or not 2. Guys, I'm still figuring out how to light my videos, so apologies if each video at the minute just has kind of a different vibe going on. Just trying to work it all out, iron out all the little creases. All right, we're talking about Ready or Not 2, Here I Come, which I did not expect to happen. I love the first movie, and I will link in the description. A little card will pop up here as well for my review for the first movie. I didn't expect this one. Oh God, I do not want to pronounce the name of this director again. It's the same director as the first movie, and it's Matt Bettinelli. I give up. Matt B. Olpin, I'm going to call him that, right? Samara Weaving reprises her role as Grace. We have Catherine Newton. I don't think I know her from anything that I've seen, but she's got one of those familiar faces. But she plays the sister of Grace in this movie. We have Sarah Michelle Gellar, who was obviously Buffy, and she was in Scream 2 as well. She's been in a whole bunch of stuff. I feel old seeing her older. I'm not calling anyone out and saying like, oh, yeah, no, she looks old. She looks great for her age. No, that's wrong. What do I say to avoid ageism? Do you know what I mean, though? I grew up not particularly watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer. It was never my massive fandom thing. But it was around. It was huge as I was growing up, and I loved Scream 2. So seeing her aged, that's the best thing to say, right? Seeing her mature is really strange to me. Also, David Cronenberg is in this movie. That's weird. We've got Elijah Wood, aka Frodo, aka Elijah Wood. Awesome in this movie. It's probably the best thing about the movie was Elijah Wood. Also, Nestor Carbonell. If you don't know who he is, he's been in so many TV shows, but he is Richard from Lost. I call him me and my wife call him the eyeliner guy. So this movie's set immediately after the events of Ready or Not. In fact, like, you see the ending of the first movie in this. It follows Grace as she must protect her strangled sister while being hunted by several elite families in a high-stakes ritual to claim a seat of ultimate power. Going into this, I was very, very skeptical. I mean, I should be, right? The first movie's fantastic. Great premise that has a start, a middle, and an end. You don't need much more than what they gave us. But they gave us more. It wasn't needed. Honestly, I had a difficult time with this movie in many ways, more than one. Samara Weaving's great in the role. She's fantastic. She plays that character like she picks it up like it was just yesterday that she did. My problem comes with the pacing. Now, the first movie, breakneck speed pacing that just kept going and didn't slow down. This movie slows down a hell of a lot because of the sister duo dynamic thing that's going on. Constantly them talking about why she left her and she left her and she made her backstory up and she felt guilty and then she felt... It was just messy and unneeded and very dull. And I was not invested. Didn't care about that sister. Cared about Grace. Didn't care about the other one. Ruins the whole pitch of the movie in that case. Elijah Wood plays as this kind of rule setter, like the referee of the game as such. He's great in it. He's fantastic, but doesn't do much. Just sort of stands there and goes, that's against the rules. Or, that's not in the rule book, do what you want. Sarah Michelle Gellar's pretty good in the movie, although not really given much to do other than hunt Grace, which I guess is the whole point, but underutilized. The underlying thing I did like was the fact that there was this whole Satanist group controlling the world. Like, cool narrative, works, realistic. I'm not going to say that again. This will be the third video that I talk about the Epstein files. God damn it, I did it again. But yeah, you can compare it to the whole Satanist conspiracy, Epstein, QAnon, adrenochrome thing that's going to get this video demonetized. But this story's convoluted. Like, once a family member that's hunting Grace gets killed, another family member waiting in the wings has to step in and sign their life away with blood. And then if they die, then that happens, but they can't kill each other, and then they can... It's just not needed. Not needed. It's not funny. The first movie had some really funny moments. Didn't get any of that here. I don't think I laughed at all in this movie, which is a shame. There's one bit I liked in this movie, sequence-wise, and that's when they pepper spray each other and they're trying to hit each other and they're nowhere near each other. That was a fun gag. Like, that worked. But other than that, they just kept sitting down and talking about their past as sisters and why they left each other, and I just didn't care. And it just took away from the whole experience of what made the first movie so good. It's a game of hide and seek. It's gory. There's lots of deaths. It's breakneck speed. Grace keeps getting injured. And fair play, she gets injured a lot in this movie. To the point, though, where it gets a little bit ridiculous. And then, like, at the end of the movie, both sisters are really clean and, like, there's barely any scratches. And it's just like, that doesn't really make sense. Especially the sister who gets beaten down on really, really badly. I just think they were really clutching at straws to make this second movie work, and it didn't. I think there was an idea and a premise that maybe could have worked if it was reworked a certain way. But also the gothic horror elements. You know how I said the first movie, if you've watched my other review, the first movie would have worked in like a Hammer horror setting. Like if you took this plot of the first movie, put it in a Hammer 70s movie with Peter Cushing and Christopher Lee, that would have been an awesome movie to watch. It just sounds like a Hammer movie, right? But this one, not so much. And it's bright a lot of the time, set during the day on a golf course. It's just not like, it just takes away the horror element and becomes more of an action movie, but with not a lot of action. Sure, there's lots of fight scenes and shoot 'em ups and all that kind of stuff, set pieces, but it's just, yeah, it doesn't really work in the same way that the first one did. Sure, they wanted to expand, right? They wanted to expand the idea. They wanted to do the aliens to the alien. I get it, but it didn't work here. It was just convoluted, messy, poor dialogue, poorly paced, and it just doesn't feel anything like the first movie other than Grace. Grace is the glue that held this movie together for me, and that's because I cared about her in the first movie. Like, I carried on the love for that character from the first film into the second. I quite like the ending in terms of the setting and where it goes. I don't want to spoil it here, but I liked the dark ending and the, how can I say this without spoiling it, but okay, I'll just say we know how the first one ends. So, like, satanic, how satanic the ending is. They dial it up here, and it's definitely creepier. That's probably the only part of the movie that does feel gothic. And the thing is, with the first movie, you had Adam that you kind of wanted to explore a little bit more because he was on both sides. You don't really have that in this one, but you do have a few people that turn around like, we'll make a deal, and then we can all live, and then that person just dies, and it's just like, this movie is trying to move too fast and going against what you're trying to do with these two characters and building their characters. So, like, it goes all in the wrong places, and there's so much friction between what's going on in the story. It's disappointing. I think we just don't need a 3. We don't need a third movie. I can imagine that there probably will be. I am checked out at this point. I think the first movie just stands on its own, and we just need to stop trying to push sequels. I know that won't ever happen because, you know, money. But as a writer myself, like, as I've started writing myself more, you start to feel the importance of a start and a middle and an end. And the first one has that, and it nails it. This one is just like, what can we take from the first movie and carry that on and build on without the main antagonists of the movie that are all dead from the first one. Spoiler alert, but then if you're checking out the review for the second one, then you surely know what happens in the first. I feel like this movie doesn't even like kickstart into what's happening in the plot. Like the first one, it's like, oh, we're getting married, blah, blah, blah. We got to play this game, done, tension, bit of tension at the beginning, reveal the card, that's it. With this, there isn't any of that because it's not set up as the same way. It's like, oh, the game is still playing. It doesn't really make much sense to me. And with that, I'm going to give this movie Ready or Not 2, Here I Come, which is weird. Ready or Not, Here I Come 2. Ready or Not, yeah, it's a bit of a weird, stupid title. But I give this movie 2.5 stars out of 5. This was a massive drop off from the first movie, honestly. I won't be rewatching this one again. I will be watching the first one again for years to come. This one, no. Guys, let me know what you think of Ready or Not 2, Here I Come. I hate that title so much. Let me know in the comments down below what you thought of the movie. Give me a thumbs up and hit subscribe, all of that stuff, because the algorithm likes that. And it's going to push you more videos. It's going to push me out more. And it's just good for everybody. Last plug, I promise. I wrote a book called Trauma House. It's a psychological horror movie. Movie? I wrote a book called Trauma House. It's a psychological horror story set in Devon, England. If you like the idea of that, perhaps check it out on Amazon in the description below. Also on Discord, you can join there as well, where we talk about movies and everything else, from like what I had last night for dinner to like, I don't know. I'm just trying to sell you to join my Discord. Shut up. Join my Discord. We do watch parties every week as well. As I'm filming this tomorrow, we are watching Sinners. So if you want to check that out and join with me and watch along and chat along, then feel free to do that. With that being said, guys, hope you have a great time, whatever you're doing, and I'll see you with the next one.